said I got to say something, baby, hand me the mic. I said I got to say something, better hand me the mic. Somebody hand me a mic, cause I got to say something, so just hand me a mic. When I need to say something, better hand me the mic. I said I got to say something, better hand me the mic.
Haven't we passed that point in time now? You know, the whole like and subscribe?
No, you don't ever pass that, Dan.
I feel like it's like 10 years ago.
No, you want to remind people and you want to thank them, and that's of course. Is
that not like a closing statement type of deal?
No. It's because lots of podcasts do it at the start, and they're like, you know, it really helps this channel. And if you like what we're doing, please remember to like, subscribe, all that goodness. If you're not going to say it, Dan, there you go, audience. I've just said it.
Yeah. So no, it is. You know, the point he's making is right.
Yeah. We like it when people like and subscribe.
Wasn't there like a percentage that Southpaw told us that something about so many people watch it and none of them are subscribed or something like that?
That's came down slightly because we've had a few subscribers gain. So I think we're now at 79% of people who watch this are new viewers.
New viewers.
Yeah, so we were at 84. So they're just new viewers, never seen us for the first time, and equally.
But we want to close that gap.
They're not subscribed. Yeah, if you like what we're doing,
just
nice.
Call me daft. What's the benefit in people being subscribed?
It benefits us because it'll allow us to hopefully one day gain a sponsor, and then equally. It will sort of play into their algorithm. If they like what they're doing, they'll go and they're recommended, and we'll be there hopefully.
It's funny you should say a sponsor, because we do have a sponsor, don't we, Southpaw?
We do indeed.
And this will probably be where that's added.
Ooh.
Stop. Hold up. Before we carry on, just a quick word from our sponsor. Do you have a business? Thinking about starting one? Dash, the bespoke web design and branding experts. When you have a business that needs a professional online presence, when your current website is starting to look a little outdated and tired, when you have an idea and want to see it brought to life online, that's where Dash can help. Dash create bespoke websites built around your business and its requirements, from exceptional e-commerce stores to sell your products online, to beautiful brochures showcasing who you are and what you do. The team at Dash will become an extension of your business. You'll be assigned a dedicated team who will help guide and advise from the initial design brief all the way to the website launch. Not only that, Dash provide full aftercare to carry out any changes, alterations or updates quickly and efficiently. It's like having your very own personal web development team 365 days a year. Dash understands that in today's world, the right online image, exposure and representation is the key to success. Book in a free, no obligation consultation with one of their experts today to see how Dash can make your online vision an online reality. Just visit www.dashmedia.co.uk or search Dash Media on Google to find out more. Dash, the bespoke website and branding experts.
And we're back.
Whack that right in at the start then, yeah.
You like that? Yeah. You know what I mean? Straight in with the sponsor.
Okay, yeah.
We're grateful to them. Look, you know, a little bit of a deep moment before we start, you know, and I don't want to be the whole, like, you know, journey and all that, but right now, all we're doing is turning up and trying our best to make a podcast, right? Some people think we're absolutely terrible, I'm sure, and some people obviously like what we do. But it's all totally supported by our sponsor, Dash, and the team at Dash. So thank you to Dash and everybody.
Yes, thank you very much, Dash Media.
Yeah, that's that. So we're back. This is People Like Us. We don't know what episode it is because we don't know when we're putting it out. But we are back. It's Southpaw and Jonny, the originals.
Oh, yeah.
The Three Musketeers.
Hola.
We're back. Let's start off. This is going to be a games night, right? That's what we're going to be doing?
Yeah.
Got a few games.
Love games.
One game is going to be Would I Lie to You? Is that correct?
Yeah. That's what we're calling it. Yeah.
Sweets are a great success, yeah. What's the second one? Just a quiz, is it?
Just a quiz, and there are 5 categories to this quiz. There is a general knowledge round, there is a movies round, a drugs round, and finally there is a sports round. And there will be 2 bonus questions.
Has to be a drugs round.
And now we're on the podcast. The 2 bonus questions are People Like Us based questions. So there you go.
I like that.
Yeah.
All right. Look, before we get into games night, I have a couple of stories to tell you of things that have happened recently. Some of them were embarrassing. Some of them were questionable. And one of them is amazing. And look, I'm probably going to sound like a moron, but I just want to tell you the first story, which isn't as good as the ones after this. But I recently became an Apple wanker.
Yeah.
Right? So I
Welcome
now
to
have
the club.
yeah. So I now have an Apple laptop. Haven't got a clue how to use it. I basically opened it up for the first time at the weekend, right?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I've opened it up, right? And I'm trying to go onto the internet, Safari.
Yeah.
But it's not working. So I've tried to use my brain. I've checked the Wi-Fi, disconnected, reconnected. That's about as far as I go. You know what I mean? The internet's still not working. I've tried connecting it to my phone, still not working. I'm noticing when I go to things like Apple TV and other internet-based apps, it's working. Just Safari wasn't working. Anyway, after swearing at it and hitting it and realizing that didn't work,
Of course.
yeah, I found a number for Apple customer care.
Oh, God.
I've never done this before, and I thought, like, am I allowed to get this care? Because I'm not paying for anything.
Yeah.
I'm not paying like a subscription. So I just thought,
Give him a call.
see what happens.
Yeah.
So I ring up, and I get Jake. Right? Jake starts the call, and this is the first bit of freak out. He answered the call. Hi, speaking to Jake at Apple. How are you, Mr. Brown? That's how he starts the call, right? How are you, Mr. Brown? And, I was taken aback a little bit, as they say. I'm all right, Jake. How are you? And I'm thinking, how does he know who I am? Right?
Freaked out.
And then he goes, so this conversation. Hello, Mr. Brown. How are you? And I've gone, yeah, hi, Jake. How are you? And he said, is this about your Apple Mac? And I was like,
What the fuck?
and I was like, yeah.
That's creepy as fuck.
And he said, okay, what he said, some brainy question are you using? And I said, Jake, let me rewind back. I said, I'm a moron, right? I said, I have an Apple and a Wi-Fi connection.
I don't belong here.
Sky provided my Wi-Fi. That's all you're getting. I can tell you the Wi-Fi code. And he went, not to worry, Mr. Brown. We'll get this sorted. And he went, can I do a screen share? And I was like, yeah. And he just went, bloop, and it popped up on my screen, right?
What, without you doing any prompts or anything? It was just
Without
bloop,
doing
there it
anything.
is.
Without doing anything, he's just gone bloop on my screen. And I'm like,
Get out.
right? So I've clicked it. There was a bit in the middle, but it ended up me having to hold the phone, right? I don't understand what was going on. He was basically in my phone and in my computer. So I'm sat there. If you want to know, I've got no clothes on, as it would happen. I'm in my own house, okay? So but I haven't clicked yet. So like I'm holding this screen like this to the thingy.
Oh, you're not FaceTiming this, brother, are you?
No.
Oh my God.
I'm holding this to this screen, and I'm thinking like, keep the camera on the laptop screen because I don't want him to see my shit house. Do you know? Because I live in squalor, basically. Anyway, to cut a very long story short, Jake very quickly identified the problem. It was just something that needed switching on and off. Said thank you, said bye-bye, and the call ended. But it did dawn on me after I got off the phone. I'm thinking, I was sat there with no clothes on, and if this guy's got the technology to just go boop, into my laptop with the camera facing me and then boop, into my phone without me doing anything, there's a high probability that he was looking down this camera at Wally here, sat here with his belly out,
Nothing bollocks.
no
out, yeah.
shower, going like that's trying to one eye through the screen and thinking, how's he doing this? Yeah, so if I'm sure Jake watches our podcast, so I apologise, Jake, for
Sorry,
that.
Jake.
Yeah, you caught me on the off, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's story number one.
I mean, if you had like a camera app open on your laptop when he put the screen share on, 100%, yeah, he would have seen you.
Luckily, I'm not smart enough to know what a camera app is, so I wouldn't have
you were
purposely
right.
opened it.
Yeah, no, but
It is concerning. He did mention on the call, he said, before he did the screenshot, or as he was setting it up, he said in like a very tactful, very decent way, basically, if you've got any porn open, it's like, I'm not going to say anything. That's basically, I don't know how he worded it, you know?
I'd love to know how he words that.
It was something like, if there's any sensitive anything sensitive, don't worry, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
And I was like, what does that mean? And I was like, oh yeah, if I've been watching porn, he's not going to say
I mean,
anything.
it might also be to do with like banking apps and stuff like that.
Maybe. But, that's how my brain works. I can't change who I am,
New laptop, mate. You got to christen it, haven't you?
Yeah. I hope one day to be able to use it, It looks the part.
Yeah, it does.
I want to be that guy. I'm thinking about buying glasses to try and look smarter. I have got bad eyes,
Yeah.
I've got bad
Do
eyes.
you think these make me look smart?
Really, yeah. It suit like you look like you belong in like a coffee barista place,
Right.
With your Apple computer, your intelligent glasses on, and like you could hold high-end conversations about world topics. You know what I mean?
Right.
And you know a lot about like Silicon Valley type stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Got you,
You're
yeah.
creative. You know
You're
what I mean?
creative.
Yeah. Like you could be a vegan.
Could
If you
be.
said I'm a vegan.
I tried vegetarian, mate. Fuck that.
Yeah, no, it didn't work too well for you, did it?
No.
No. But yeah, no, I'm thinking about it. I like the look of the coffee shop. I know that, again, that's pretty outdated now, but I like the look of the Apple laptop sitting in Starbucks, remote work type,
Yeah.
cool guy. You know what I mean? Get a bandana and stuff.
I've tried. I always feel like I've finished my coffee before I actually get stuck into the work, though. And then before you know it, you spend like 20 quid on just coffees and you're buzzed off your tits.
I know, yeah. Do you know these people who do, sit in coffee shops and they work from there? Like, are they buying drinks all day or are they just parking up and sitting there?
Like, buy one drink and then sit there for 5 hours. Like,
Yeah.
That's me.
You're a coffee shop guy, Southpaw.
Well, no, depends how fast you get through the first one. But normally, if I have one cappuccino and then I might work for an hour and then I might be like, oh yeah, I'll have another cappuccino. So no more than two, I'll buy.
You're a pretty sensible guy, and you don't come across as somebody who would rinse 50 bar in a coffee shop.
Well, I wouldn't rinse 50 bar in a coffee shop, but I also wouldn't overstay my welcome. Like if you're not putting money into the place, like what you just sat there using their Wi-Fi, it's not very fair, is it?
What do you think is the right amount of time to sit in a coffee shop? Like, how much time do you get per drink?
I think
like-
out my cappuccinos, I actually don't mind them lukewarm, so I can let that sit there for half an hour, and then I'll do about an hour's graft, maybe 45 minutes graft, with a water that's been brought over as well that I get with my coffee, sipping on the water, and then 45 minutes later I'll get another coffee.
I put it to you that one coffee really doesn't vouch for any more than 20 minutes.
Really?
I think so.
I mean, I've seen you like chain drink coffees.
Yeah, so I'm
You're-
I'm who you want there because I'll keep buying them.
Yeah.
I keep buying them and buying them and buying them. I'm a coffie addict.
Sounds unhealthy, man.
But I dare say, yeah, you're not allowed to sit for an hour with one drink. I don't think. I think that I don't think that's
I would
cool.
say that I was probably the max, like, and then I'd be feeling a bit self-conscious and probably go up and get another, like.
How long is a booking when you go for a meal? It's like an hour and a half, right?
Yeah, I guess
Normally.
So,
Yeah, you
That's
get about 90 minutes is your standard. I would imagine.
I think I remember booking it at Tomahawk for that. But that's the Jake and Apple story. I've got another story. And this is, so I've told you the impressive story. That impressed me,
Yeah.
okay? I'm going to tell you the questionable story before I tell you the regrettable story.
Interesting. I'm
So when I
invested.
say questionable, this is a sensitive subject, okay? So, I'm a big fan of a Turkish barber,
Sure.
okay?
Yeah.
So, let's go back about 2 weeks ago. I went to the Turkish barber, saw my man Musa. He's done my beard for
Musa.
5 years. Great
Legend.
guy, love him. Got to know him pretty well, like him. It was a normal day, okay? Nothing out of the ordinary. I wasn't feeling any particular way. But I went to the barber's. And I'm sat in the chair, okay? We talked back and forth. He was going on holiday, blah, 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 to Turkey. Excited, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, as he's going through the process, he's getting to the bit where he afterwards he like rubs things in after he shaved, like sensitive creams and stuff to like not let it flare up.
Every aftershave under the sun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's good stuff. It makes you not. You won't ever see me with a shaving mark because Musa sorts that out. You know what I mean?
He's a good guy.
Yeah, but I don't know why, but I noticed I was getting an erection, right?
Oh,
And listen, can I just say, disclaimer, at 38, a out of the blue erection is a thing of dreams. That isn't how it works anymore.
Okay.
Like morning wood's gone. Like you don't get them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
For me, it's a big occasion. Like if I get one, you know what I mean? It's a big thing. It's
Are you
like,
trying to tell me you can't waste this?
well, that isn't where I'm going with it. But I noticed that it was happening, and at the same time, I was like, I like this feeling of what he's doing to my face.
no. All right.
Right. So I was in a really like, I started like panicking a bit, and I got like hot and sweaty, and I couldn't control it. And it started like, I could feel it like really, waking up. It was for all mankind.
proper, like, whoa.
Yeah, really. When you feel it like, when it like, when it like pushes.
Proper throbbing.
Yeah. And I was wearing shorts.
Oh
right?
no! You'll have had the gown thing over there.
At that point, I did.
Oh.
I had the gown on. So this is where I'm at. So then you're in the position where you're trying to talk it down. Have you ever tried to talk it down before?
Oh, you just think of anything in your mind
You're
just
thinking,
to try and...
I think of chairs. I don't know why, that's my go-to. I just think of chairs. Four-legged chairs, and that really helps.
I
Yeah.
always think of people dying. Because that's
Oh,
not...
no.
Yeah, and it makes...
Right, so then you go
See,
really
see the room just go like that.
my
That's
God.
what happens.
Okay.
That's what an erection does. It just goes, it just, yeah.
Right, okay.
To cut a long story short, look, all's well that ends well. By the time he'd finished, it had subsided enough for me to style it out. There was a stand-up and a quick adjustment sort of thing. But lucky for me, I wear tight underwear and it can take a 50%er and hide it,
Yeah.
But questionable. I don't know if that's just like one of them things, It's just one of them things, happens to everybody. But I'm a bit like it wasn't just nothing. I wasn't just sat there and it just happened. It happened when he was like massaging my face.
Because of this.
Yeah, he was touching me. And I could feel his fingers, like sometimes his finger like rubs my lip, like a little bit. Like it goes in my mouth a little bit. And yeah, and I quite liked it, And I don't know how to tell him or whether I should. I feel like I'm hiding something from him. I feel like I should address it with him and like see if we can continue our relationship. At the moment, I feel dishonest.
Right. That's a weird take, man.
Well, I know this happened and he doesn't, I feel like just saying, listen, this happened. I don't go that way. This happened, let bygones be bygones, maybe less massage in future,
I'd be taking that to the fucking grave with us, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, say it on a podcast.
Yeah.
If you're watching, mate.
Yeah.
Well done.
Lucky for me, Mus's English isn't that great, so I'm almost certain he isn't watching
You're safe.
the entire thing. Yeah, he wouldn't know what I'm
Have you
saying.
been back since?
Yeah. But that was the last time I seen him before he went on holiday. So he's
Okay.
gone away now for 4 weeks. So I've got his buddy.
Oh, so you're like missing him.
Yeah, I
His
miss him, yeah.
Buddy's just not the
No,
same.
his buddy's good. His buddy's good. He's all right. Yeah, he's all right. But yeah, big up Musa, man. Asim Barbers Darlington. Well done, Southpaw.
Nice.
The camera's on, is it, mate?
It's on.
Are you sure it's still on?
It's on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're trying.
Well, I had a brief earthquake there, but it's all going to be fine.
We're trying. Look, no one said we were any good at it. We just like doing it. Yeah. Very Southpaw.
There it is.
There it is.
Yeah, that was up there with one of the more Southpaw moments in my life.
Yeah. So that was the questionable and the regrettable.
Right.
Right,
I mean,
so-
we've took some turns here, so like...
Yeah, this one also, like, there could be like a theme to these stories because two of them are kind of the same way. So, okay. Have you ever seen when I'm at work, right? Me and Reese do this thing, and it's just like a bants thing. We've done it for years. When none of us is looking, or when we're talking to each other, we'll just quickly lean forward and pretend to wank the other one off.
Yeah.
Have you seen us do that?
Yeah.
Reese does it to everybody.
Yeah, I've never been a fan.
I mean, no, but it's a an in-house joke. It's just the reason we do it is when things are really serious. We work in a very serious environment. Sometimes we're talking about quite serious things.
This is like 2 weeks in, and Reese did it to me. I was like, what the fuck is this place? It's like, where the fuck do I work? That's my boss.
It's a show of affection. Welcome to Dash. Yeah. But yeah, so this is, there's an ongoing joke about, we'll call them airwanks. We airwank each other. That's what we do.
Loving office.
Yeah, it's a show of affection. Anyway, so this is a thing, this airwank thing.
Yeah.
So, a few weeks ago, I was traveling somewhere. Okay, I was on an aeroplane, and we just got on the plane. Okay,
Going to Spain?
far, far away. Long story.
Far
That's
away.
a different story. But anyway, I was going far, far away, and we were all sat down. Right, the plane hadn't gone anywhere yet. Some people were still getting on. It was that bit, where the air hostesses are like checking the baggage in the overhead thing to make sure it's all right.
The overhead lockers and that, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sat at like one of them seats with like extra leg room, not the posh bit, but the bit that's like next to the fire exit sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
There's like them 3 seats that seem to have a little bit more, but they're exit seats.
You got some leg room. And
Yeah.
that.
So I'm there, and above my seat is a little compartment for the flight attendant's gear, right? So my flight attendant is a gentleman, okay? Without saying it, he was the type of gentleman you would expect to be a flight attendant.
Got you.
Okay?
100%. See it.
So, very, he was a very beautiful person. So I'm sat there in my seat. I'm a plane sleeper, so I'm straight to action. There, neck cushion, earphones in, boom, hood up, ready to go. Right, I'm often asleep before we set off.
Yeah.
Anyway, I've sat back like this, and next to me, I've noticed like something like nudging my arm, and it's Mr. Flight Attendant Boy, and he's putting his bag up, and I don't know why, I don't know where it came from, but I just went and give him an air wank. But it happened before I knew what I was doing, right? I know. Yeah, and he saw.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he laughed. But as my hand went away, I went scarlet red. Literally scarlet red.
What the fuck?
I don't know, mate.
What the fuck?
I don't know what happened.
Can't be
I don't know
doing
why.
things like that.
I know. That could even like become illegal, right?
It's a grey area.
It's a grey area.
Yeah, but look, for the rest of the flight, the awkward thing was the flight attendant's seat is opposite me.
So,
Where they sit backwards. So the whole time we're basically like foot to foot.
Like we are now, just like...
I don't mind
That was
telling you,
weird.
my eyes closed. I was like, and I closed my eyes and I didn't open my eyes again that he saw. I kept going, one eye to see where he was. And every now and then when we had turbulence, he'd have to sit down. But he was just literally
hell, mate.
staring straight at me. Gareth, he was called. I can still remember his name badge, Gareth.
Oh, you'll never forget his name now.
And he won't forget mine, But I airwanked a stewardess, an air steward.
Were you in the air? You wouldn't have been in the air at this point, then, eh?
No. We still on the
Can't
runway.
even have a mile high.
Yeah, we still on the runway. Lucky for me, I fell asleep, but there was that awkward bit, at the end when everybody's got off and he stood there, he's put his jacket on now, and he, as I'm leaving, he went, like, have a nice day, in his like nice little voice, and I was like, cheers, pal. I was like, oh, and, I didn't look back, but yeah. So
I mean, look, you'll never see him again.
no, I
Highly
won't.
unlikely.
No, but that happened, and
Holy shit, Dan.
I regret it. I don't know who else saw. I didn't look round.
Yeah, well, you were on your own on this plane, then you weren't with like, yeah,
No, not my own. Sat next to a stranger. They saw as well.
probably for the best. They saw as well.
They didn't laugh.
No.
No, they didn't laugh. No, Gareth did. He laughed, but it was more of like an awkward laugh, And I laughed, and mine was evidently an embarrassed laugh. It was quite awkward.
Oh man. Yeah, if I were you, I would have like fake Tourette's or something like that. And like,
just-
it was some kind of tick.
Like of all the seats as well, trust me to have the seat opposite him. Literally the entire way, and we got loads of turbulence, and he kept sitting down.
Yeah. Well, mate, at least you weren't arrested on the way off the plane.
Yeah, yeah. Look, all's well that ends well, and if I'm sure Gareth watches our podcast as well. And I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. It just happened. It wasn't about you, Gareth.
He might have loved it.
Look, he probably did. I'm sure he's got a story to tell. What Gareth doesn't know is that, like, the backstory that, like, no, we do this all the time. This is something I do daily at work to people. Gareth doesn't know that. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? That's the bit. So I'm telling you, and yous are laughing.
Yeah.
But yous know. Oh yeah, but they do it all the time.
It's a bit of banter, yeah.
But Gareth doesn't know that.
He has no context.
And he probably to this day is like, what the fuck was that guy? Like, who's that guy? Like, why did he airwank me? Like,
Never get an answer.
there'll never be an answer. Yeah, I regret that.
Oh, man.
I regret that happened, that I airwanked him. So,
Holy shit.
how's everybody else's week been?
Yeah, very fucking quiet, Dan.
Yeah, sorry about that,
Yeah,
people.
no.
Look, I have to share it somewhere. And, it's just us three here, isn't it? No one gets to hear about it, so
yeah.
it's all private. So anyway, that's that. I also had this is a follow-on. We did the Palmer Wars recently.
Yeah, that I wasn't involved in.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, that's
but
fine,
next
that's
episode
fine.
you're in. I'll tell you for why. It's going to follow on. Yeah. So I was in the gym the other day, and a lady approached me. Now, at the time, I didn't know what was going on, but she was just indicating for me to take my earphones out. And I did. So I'm actually like cardioing, as it's happening. I'm soaking wet. I'm 15 minutes in. And there's music on and stuff like this. And I heard her say Horton Chippy. And she said the bacon Palmer. But I did, because I'm slow, right? And the R word, my brain didn't put them together. And at the time I'm thinking, like, she must be like not very well.
Yeah,
That's what I thought.
I'm telling you about.
And so I give her like, one of them.
That's her condition. She just goes around and recommends Palmos to people.
I didn't. Yeah, I thought, you have a certain. Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah. You have that like. Like that. What you do. I don't know how to say it without getting cancelled, but you know what I mean. There's a certain.
The kind of overly friendly thing that you just have to meet them with. You have to meet them with that energy.
There's a tone you speak to certain types of people in because you're trying to,
reach them. Yeah.
Yeah. So and then we had this interaction, and I was like, "Oh, right, yeah," and I give her like a thumbs up, like a closing, like that's enough of this. And she walked away, and I was like, and it clicked, and I was like, she was somebody that watches us.
That's crazy.
And I was like,
you
one,
got recognised by a stranger because of this.
Exactly. Number one, extremely grateful. Assuming she is a subscriber, thank you. I think you've got a name, right, Southpaw?
I believe it's Liz.
It's Liz. So, Liz, if you are watching, thank you for that suggestion. Sorry I was like 1 o'clock half struck when I seen you. It didn't click till after you walked away what was going on. But yes, there will be a follow-up to Palmer Wars. And we're going to do it purely on suggestions. And the first one of 3 is Horton Chippy, and it is a bacon parmesan. I'm excited.
Yes, no, I've heard, and she left a comment on one of the Instagram reels about Horton Chippy, and I've heard good things about this Palmer, so I'm excited to try it.
See, I know Horton Chippy, but I only know Horton Chippy for fish and chips. I didn't know they were a big Palmer thing. But look, anyway, that's that. Liz, again, thank you for watching, and thank you for suggesting that. That will make an appearance, thanks to you. And next time, if I do see you, give me 10 or 15 seconds because I'm really slow and I don't pick up on things very quick. I have nice hair though, so it is what it is. We can't have everything, can we?
We can't, mate.
No. That's that. What else have we got here? So we've done the wanked off a flight attendant. We've got that.
Covered that, yeah.
We've done the erection in the barbers. We've done that.
Tick.
Yeah.
Lots of penis-related subjects here, Daniel.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
I'll tell you something I learned. This is a cool fact. I learned this off a friend today. Do you know what? If you're in a supermarket, you get a trolley, right?
Yeah.
Or a basket. Depends how wide you are. If you put a trolley in your basket, if you put a pineapple in your trolley or basket and turn it upside down, what does that mean? That is a symbol for something. You're casting
What?
a sign. I learned this today. I didn't know, but I thought I'd share it with you. What are you saying, Southpaw? Let's have a look at this Google thing we do.
You put up. Is it like a?
What do you think it is?
I don't know. Is it a gay thing?
Oh, I didn't know that, Dan.
What is it, Southpaw? Tell us.
So, it relates to a swinger, apparently. Is that where you were going?
That's
Is it?
where I was going.
Yeah. So, what does an upside down pineapple mean? An upside down pineapple worn on clothing or jewelry pushed around in a shopping cart is a subtle signal that someone is a swinger or looking for a swinger party.
So I bet you guys didn't know that, right?
Well, you've been buying a lot of pineapple recently, though.
He's been behind a lot by
Yeah, I have.
Man's been coming around with freshly cut pineapple every
I mean,
day for the past 2 weeks.
It's a clever move for one, because then it's solid in your. It's not going to move around in your trolley. I'd imagine if you get it in the right position. But I probably wouldn't be putting it upside down
I
now.
think it's difficult to put it. I can strongly say I would. All the pineapples in my baskets and trolleys won't have been upside down. They'll have been laid.
Lay down, yeah.
You know, I think it'd be difficult to stand it upright, and it's hair.
There you go.
That's crazy. I never knew that.
Put
Yeah,
some
man.
effort in to make sure
You're
it
welcome,
stays
people.
that way.
Listen, this is knowledge we're bringing, not just the podcast, the viewers. You know,
Everyone's
Upside
here
down
to learn.
pineapple means
upside
a
down
swing.
pineapple. So listen, everybody that's listening, the next time you're in the supermarket buying a pineapple, just be careful which way you're laying that in your basket, because you might be getting approached by something. You know. Anyway,
Unless that's what you want. In which case, if you are a swinger and you didn't know about this, now you do.
yeah.
Get some pineapples in your basket.
So a final thing before we get into games night, and this isn't like any cool story, it's just a little bit of recognition, right? Another fun fact. This isn't a fun fact. This is something I found out the other day of somebody, and I was like, do you know what? We have millions of viewers, right?
Millions.
And, millions.
Hi, Chris.
International. Excuse me. And this is something that I want to just have a little minute thingy about. So this is a serious bit now. It's no fun. Like, this isn't a funny bit. Before we get to games. Southpaw, bring me up the Knife Angel.
Okay.
Yeah, man. I read this and I was like, wow.
Knife.
And it is something we need to address. Southpaw, go on the Wikipedia
Okay.
if you want. And if you wouldn't mind, with your lovely, angelic voice, just have a little read of what's going on here.
Okay. So,
Start from the sculpture was created.
hang on. The sculpture was created in order to highlight knife crime in the UK and educate young people on the harmful effect violent behaviour can have on their communities. The sculpture was made at a reported cost of £500,000.
So what we're looking up here is a sculpture in Telford, which is near Manchester, I believe, with what looks like thousands upon thousands
Formed
of
of
knives.
100,000 knives.
100,000 knives.
Christ.
Yeah, and I'm very grateful for the person that pointed this out, because not only is it a very pretty sculpture and very big, it's a pretty important topic. We don't get to hear about everything in the news, but it is a massive thing, is knife crime. And yeah, I just, I haven't really got anything like big or like awesome to say about it. I just wanted to shed a light on it.
Good piece of art, like.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But knife crime's a real thing, man. Just because we don't live in America and we don't have the GUNs, we have just as bad things here. And look, I just, if there is anyone, listening, I think have a bit read about it and learn what you can and spread the message.
Put down the knives.
Yeah, put down the knives, man. So we're going to do a games night, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, welcome to people like us.
Segue around to something a bit lighter.
Yeah. Look, I know it would bring the tone down, but something, we've had some laughs, so
yeah.
a little bit of serious, you know what I mean? We're not just divvies.
No,
Just
it
to
is.
touch me this when I read it, I was like, yeah, man. Like,
I always look at this stuff and think, like, God, like, yeah, knife crime's huge, but like, aren't you just so glad that it's not gun crime over here? Like,
Yeah,
it would be fucking huge.
No,
It'd be
that's a
horrible.
great message. My only slight worry with having that sculpture, I wonder how easy the knives are to remove. Would that not add to knife
I
crime?
wouldn't have thought they'll be able to come off. Like,
You very much hope that that's the case.
it's not
don't
like
you?
a vending machine for people to come and get from.
Right, I'm going to add to this.
yeah.
But no, lovely message there, Daniel.
Impressive, right?
Yeah, very.
Yeah, the sculpture's not bad, no. Anyway, so we're going to do games night. First game first. What are we doing? Are we doing the quiz or are we doing the Would I Lie to You?
Should we start with the Would I Lie to You?
Yeah, so Would I Lie to You?
Get through that.
Or Johnny, whoever, explain the rules of this game.
So basically, we have make three statements. We'll take it in turns. I'll read out three statements. One of them is the truth, and then the other two are both lies. And you get the chance to kind of ask me questions, interrogate us, and figure out which one's the truth or which
I
one's
didn't
true and which
realise
one's
there
a
was
lie.
questions as well. I thought I was just going to read 3 things.
And then I was just going to guess off the top of my head.
So,
I think there should be an opportunity for us
Okay.
to like suss it out a little bit. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. Okay.
Don't you think? Or would
Why
you rather
not?
do it your way?
Okay,
No,
so
I don't know the game. I just didn't realise that.
we'll start with Jonny first, and we'll go on like give your answer after you've sort of gave the questions, and then from there we'll sort of give a points tally. But we'll do 5 would I lies first.
Yeah.
Each.
All right. Shall I start
Okay.
with like 3 statements?
Let's
And
go.
then
Yeah,
I'll
start with 3
Let's go.
statements,
All
John.
right. So, top one. I once knocked a man out of a wheelchair.
Okay.
I once kicked a guy's prosthetic hand off. Or I once bust a guy's nose with his own crutches.
All very John La things.
All very me things.
Read the first. I think the second one isn't true. So it's between the first and the third. So read the first and the third again, please.
So I once knocked a man out of a wheelchair.
Okay.
And the third one was I once bust a guy's nose with his own crutches.
How did you knock him out the wheelchair?
So I was for one of the seasons, like Alan Shearer, Nobby Solano kind of season at Newcastle United, I had a season ticket. And when we used to go to these games, have you ever been to like a Middlesbrough game or something, have you?
I've been to a Newcastle
Football game. You've been to a Newcastle
I'm
game?
a Newcastle fan.
So when, at the end of a match, full evacuation out of the stadium, right? So I was with a group of mates, and we're walking out of the stadium, and we're just crossing, you know where the Strawberry is? You know where the pub is? Outside St James's? Just crossing the road there, and as I'm about to step off the curb on the road, I look left, look right, can't see any cars or anything, all fine. Step out, put my foot forward, and a guy in a wheelchair racing down the road hits my foot and goes boosh,
Okay.
flies forward.
Thank you for that, Johnny. That's the truth, because there is too many details. It was too good of a story not to be true. You went to university in Newcastle, check. Group of mates would have went to a Newcastle match, check. The student halls are right next to there, check. The Strawberry is opposite. Only real Newcastle fans know that, or people who've been there know that. That's the truth. That's how I've done it.
You don't want to hear about the guy with the crutches?
No.
No? Fucking hell, yeah. Well done.
Yeah.
Fucking
Yeah.
easy as fuck.
Too many details, man.
So we'll do it.
Well, I thought if you asked us about the other ones, I would have added an equal amount of details to them, and then it would have played out kind of normal. But you pretty much landed on it straight away.
that was
The
brilliant.
second one was too far-fetched. No one's knocking prosthetic hands off.
It wasn't me, but it did happen.
I'm sure it has happened. You know.
My mate did it, right?
You made it.
He was in a nightclub, and he was doing like he was showing like some footballer celebration or something where he was doing like this, and he was doing that, and then just some guy was walking past his bush hand, one fucking gun.
Oh no.
Oh dear. Can you imagine? Where would you put yourself? Did he go and pick it up?
Well, like he just had to brace himself because obviously the guy was with a group of mates who just seen his hand get lobbed off. So he just had to brace himself and brace for impact, basically, for his mates coming to do him in.
Knock him out with his
But
stump.
I think he got off lightly. I think he got away with it quite well.
He could have got stumped.
The guy out, yeah.
Got stumped.
Couldn't he?
Couldn't imagine it. Do you think you'd get a good swing with a stump? Depends where it's cut, I guess, doesn't it?
It's like a battering ram.
Yeah.
A didish. You know. Yeah, man.
So first point goes to Daniel, and would I lie to you?
Yeah.
Easy.
Up
Okay.
next, Daniel.
Okay. So my grandmother had a fling with the voice of Wallace from Wallace and Gromit. It's number one.
Got ya.
My nana had a fling with a man who ran a business that made colouring books. My grandmother, had a fling with the Royal Swan marker.
The Royal Swan marker.
Not the current one, the previous one.
I don't know what that is.
Let's have a look at the Royal Swan marker. Hell of a job, this. It's the best job in the country.
Is this to do with the whole, like, the Queen owns all the swans and stuff?
There's
So,
a
like,
man who basically goes around the ponds and that, wearing all red. He has a feather in his cap. This is the one that's now. This is the current one. There was one before him. His job is to care for the swans. What a job that is. Is that the
that
best
is a
job in the
crazy
UK?
Just travelling up and down the country, just
You know, people say all the time about royal families and stuff and like da-da-da. You know what? Fuck you. Because you don't have royal swan markers. Can you imagine mooching around with listen, man's got a captain's hat on, right? He isn't
That's
on
a swanky uniform, that'd be fair.
That's what I'm saying. He ain't in no ship. He's going around in a rowing boat with a big swan feather in his hat. What a job. Look at the court. Look at the court. Michael Jackson would have worn that.
They're quite powerful swans, though, can't they? I swear they can like break your wrist and stuff. If they got very powerful beaks, I've heard.
Yeah, don't fuck with swans.
Oh yeah, so it's a bit of a dangerous job, really. I mean, look at him. He's got, but maybe the swans like him.
I'm sure they do.
Maybe they come around and say, "Oh, there he is, the swan marker."
You get the impression that he obviously knows what he's doing with them.
So your grandma had a fling with him. Tell us about
Not
that.
him, the one before him.
Right. Okay.
He's the current
But he
one.
was a swan marker.
He was the royal. There's only one.
There's only
at any
ever
one
one.
time.
Thank God our taxpayer money isn't going into loads of swan markers.
No, basically this guy is the one. It's one post, and there's one person at any one time that's the royal swan marker.
Okay.
This is the current swan marker. It wasn't this guy. It was the one before him.
Okay. So, next question. From the first one, what's the guy's name who played Wallace? Who did the voice of Wallace?
Peter Sellers.
Fuck, I don't know if that's true. I'll recognise him if you do this, Southpaw. Go for
He was
it.
in Last of the Summer Wine.
He was in New Tricks as well, wasn't he?
There he is.
There's the guy. Shit, you knew it. All right. And what was the second one?
My nan had fair.
The
He made colouring in books for a living. He had a business that made colouring in books, among other things. But that was like the funny bit because it's.
I mean, if it's one or three, your grand's pretty cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Doesn't that make any of them cool? A man that makes colouring books for a living, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I
You
don't
what I
know.
mean? What a job that is.
I nearly did that, I thought I would earn a bit of money on the side if I just sold some colouring in books on Amazon. I thought it'd be
Sorry, rewind back. What do you mean?
like colouring in books. It's very easy for me to just like draw a picture. Like I can do it in an Illustrator, so it's the proper real deal. Take all the colour out of it, put it on an A4 page, make like 20, 30 of them, 30 pages. And then Amazon could collate this book for you and sell it.
You do Star Wars ones, right?
I could do whatever the fuck I wanted, yeah.
Not only is that genius, I think we just found the first merch of people like us.
Yeah.
People like us colouring in books. Watch this space, order them for Christmas,
Yeah.
you know?
Potentially, you know.
I know, yeah.
Just saying.
Imagine. You get like guests. Just do like a outline of them and you have to colour the guests
do
in.
photographs and then you take them into Illustrator, right?
Yeah, get Benny with his palm on that.
Yeah, and we get you with we'll get a shot of the studio,
lightsaber.
we'll get a
Yeah.
shot of you. Can make your hair green if you'd like, John. That
I can almost see the front
As
cover
long as you
as
stay in
well.
the lines, it's fine.
Imagine that.
That'd be very cool, actually.
People like us colouring in books.
So we can either go through me or we can use you
I know what we
your
should do
grandma's
for
man friend.
for a good cause. We should make them. We'll cover the cost, and after the cost it's cost us to make it, we'll give it all to the knife crime people. Do you know what I mean? We'll donate
That's
it.
wholesome.
Yeah, that's
a
good.
cute
That's what we
idea.
do.
Oh, I think I'd like to keep a few for Babbles. You know, Lewis Burgess goes there every Christmas.
Oh,
We
yeah,
could
yeah,
give
yeah.
them out, a few of them. Give them a few of them out. That'd be good.
We can't give homeless people colouring in books, mate.
Well, well, it's a
I see where your
it's
heart's
a-
in the right place, mate.
it's a
almost
food
like,
it's a food bank, and they might want some colouring in shit.
like it's a happy meal.
Sat in a doorway with a colouring in book.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I take that back. Yeah, let's just go at the knife crunch.
The homeless, mate. Not special. Bloody hell.
Yeah,
Goodness me, Southpaw.
you're not getting any closer here, Daniel.
But yeah, I mean, you'd have to give him felt tips as well.
Like, yeah. You
Oh
would
no,
have
Johnny,
to,
you've
yeah.
got a guess, don't you?
Yeah, sorry, mate. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna say I think it's the third one. I think it's the swan marker man because I don't think you would know what this guy was unless it was because of your gran.
It's pretty good.
So which one is the right one?
The swan guy.
Are you not impressed that I would know the voice of Wallace and Gromit?
A little bit.
How on earth would I know he's called Peter Sellers?
You should
Because
ask.
when you
You should
wrote the
ask
lie, you
how old's your gran, Daniel?
She's 70 odd. He was older than her, and that's the right answer.
Is that the truth?
It's the right
That's
answer.
The truth. That's a good claim.
She had a
Matt.
fling with Wallace and Gromit.
That is a really good claim.
He was older and he was married.
Oh,
No
right.
way.
And my nana was a side chick.
Bloody hell. Is this breaking news? Is this
No, it's not breaking news. It was a one-night thing. He was doing a show at the theatre in Darlington. And I don't know the exact thingies, but they had something. A very short something.
Oof.
And he was
Shared a
married.
bit of Wensleydale,
Yeah, I think she
bit of Dan's Nan.
I think she went to the King's Head Hotel and met him there. I think. There you go. That's the truth. Yeah, it was Peter Sellis, man.
Peter Sellis. That's
Yeah.
impressive. That's
Yeah.
a cool claim to fame, isn't it?
Yeah, I think the Swan marker might have been better. You
Yeah.
know, it's pretty. I think the Swan marker's cooler than this guy.
Yeah, I'm just surprised you knew what that was a thing. Like, I'd literally never heard of that until you said it there.
Yeah. Well, you know,
It's a very good lie you've written there.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm
I thought.
impressed.
Yeah.
I feel a little bit out my depth now.
Yeah, mate, yeah. As I say, listen, you know, you're in big boy town now.
I am,
You know what I mean?
I did all right at Family Feud, and now he's come to just
Yeah, no, I've come for
just
revenge.
make sure that we've
Yeah, I've come for revenge. Anyway,
everyone knows what the score is.
listen,
yeah.
it's early days. It's early days.
It is.
It's early days.
It is.
So this could completely turn around. Let's have a go. So this is the second one, right? So I've got a point and we're into round 2, right?
Yeah. All right. Okay.
Okay,
Oh,
let's
fucking
go.
hell.
People
Right.
like us, quiz night, would I lie to you?
All right. So I won a Mr. Universe competition.
It's not that.
I invented a game called Merkin Golf.
It's that. That's the truth.
I was one of the world's first dildo cricket players.
2.
2.
Straight up.
Straight
Easy.
up.
Just like that.
Yeah, I'm
Guaranteed.
going to ask us any questions.
Nope.
Nope, not at all.
Nope.
Nope. You're wrong.
Fuck.
Can I just ask who won that last round? Was
Dan, because I got it wrong.
right? Okay. Who was she dating?
Sorry?
Peter Sellers.
Peter Sellers. Oh,
Yeah,
right.
Peter
Okay.
Sellers.
Yeah.
It was
Okay.
Wallace, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, okay. I thought I got that because golf. I know you
Golf.
told me in the past you played golf, and I was like, dildos, don't be so ridiculous, and you ain't inventing no computer game. So,
Invent a computer game.
that's what you said, right?
I won a Mr. Universe competition.
Yeah.
I invented a game called Merkin Golf. And I was
sorry.
one of the world's first dildo cricket players.
Right. So my brain, when it read that back, completely disregarded what you said first,
Yeah.
then heard something about dildos, something about cricket, and something about games.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, you played golf. That's the answer.
That's the answer.
Yeah. So that's probably bad podcast. I should have asked more. So I won't make that mistake next time.
No.
I will be digging in more.
It is still 2-1 to you, Daniel.
Yeah. So which one was the right answer?
Dildo cricket, mate.
Tell me more about this.
So this was one of the uni things, of course. It was my mate's birthday, so we decided to all chip in and get him a dildo. And there was 6 of us, so it was I remember this because it was £1 an inch. So we, or £2 an inch, so we got him a 12-inch dildo,
Nice.
which was 12 quid. Or 6, yeah.
Just for the viewers to put a picture, what colour was it?
It was black.
It was
a
black,
black
was it? Yeah.
double-ended
I thought it would be.
dildo, yeah, of
Okay.
course.
Double-ended?
Double-ended, mate.
Right,
yeah.
okay.
Just party time, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
And what came was exactly what you'd expect. 12-inch double-ended black dildo.
Nice.
And
Double
but
use.
It was like, it had a good swing to it.
Was it bendy?
It was bendy, yeah. Which meant that you could get a good, like... you
Yeah.
know,
If you connect
like
correctly,
the weight carried through the dildo. So we like...
that's going far,
It
isn't
was
it?
good, yeah. And we weren't using like cricket balls or anything because they're too heavy. We had like a beer pong table set up, so we were using ping pong, and then we had like Foster's crates, like empty Foster's boxes as the wickets, and then we just stood in like the corridor in our house, just playing dildo cricket. Yeah,
Wow.
the game.
I like.
I'd
Game
love
was
to have seen that.
it was a good game, yeah. And then we all left uni, and the dildo had to go back to his house.
If there are any snaps of that, Johnny, please throw them in there.
I'm not sure if we do. I'll have a look. I'll have a
Have a
look.
look.
Dildo, or just the dildo.
It was pretty carnage.
You know.
Well, the dildo ended up in 2 bits. So like,
What do you
and
mean?
there was a tug of war, and then the dildo just right down the middle, just split in half.
You played tug of war with the dildo?
Yeah. Oh mate, it was a feature of everything. People were just getting whacked with it for no reason. It was absolutely fucking horrible.
No.
So
So I got up one morning, right? I go downstairs and I make myself a cup of coffee. And my mate's like, "Oh, will you make us a cup of tea?" I was like, "I know, but I'll sort you out." I'm sorting out the teas and coffees, bring him his cup of tea, and then a little later on, he's like, "Mate, you make a fucking horrible cup of tea. That's fucking dog shit, that." And I'm like, what do you mean? I haven't even tried my coffee yet. What's this like? And it tastes fucking rank. So I'll look in the kettle and the dildo's been in the
no, man. Boiled rubber dildo tea.
I thought when I was like boiling, I was thinking, oh, it smells funny in here, but there was like, it was a fucking
A
horrible
uni
place.
house,
There was
yeah,
all
yeah.
sorts of smells, you know. But,
Imagine.
Yeah.
So you could be
Dildo tea.
Yeah, dildo tea.
Dildo too, yeah.
Dark coloured dildo tea. Imagine.
Yeah.
So round number 3, it is.
We're still on round 2, boss man.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got one to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, okay. I lost that. So it's 1-1.
2-1, isn't it?
2-1 to you.
Yeah.
2-1 to who?
To you. Been 3 of these so far. This is number 4.
Yeah, I got one right and one wrong. Right?
No, you got me knocking the guy out of a wheelchair, right?
Yeah.
Then I got one wrong, which was the P.S. Ellis one.
Which adds to a point for you.
So that's 2 points for you. And then I got the...
Oh, I didn't know we got a point the other way. Okay.
Yeah.
I get it. Okay. Anyway, so on the theme, here we go. Would I lie you? On the theme of grandmother, this is the same grandmother. Okay? So, when I was younger, my nana had a parrot called Valerie. When I was younger, my nana
Valerie.
had a duck called Vinny.
Oh, I always wanted a pet duck.
When I was younger, my grandmother had a tortoise called Victoria. Which one of those 3 is correct?
Parrot named Valerie.
Parrot named Valerie, duck called Vinny, tortoise called Victoria.
Okay. How big was the tortoise?
Just normal size,
About that?
normal house tortoise, you know?
House tortoise.
From Greece, I think.
God, I don't even have questions about this. What kind of duck was it? What colour was the duck?
It was a brown duck.
It's like you'd see at the lake anytime.
Just a normal looking duck.
Not
brown
a
duck.
mallard or anything like that. It was-
Nope, I don't know what that is. It could have been. It wasn't one
One
of
the
them.
mallards, the one was like the green head.
It wasn't the designer one that's white with the orange
Yeah.
bill. It's not that. It was a shit duck. It was a girl. It was brown. It was a brown girl duck.
Yeah. No, it's this one on the left here. Yeah, that one there.
Yeah, it's that one on the left.
That's what I'm picturing. Okay.
That's a girl one, right? The brown one.
I think so. Yeah, I guess so. Which makes sense because it was called
Vinny.
Vinny.
Ah.
You know, I'm leaning towards the tortoise here.
The tortoise called Victoria.
Victoria the tortoise. Is Victoria a tortoise's name?
I think a tortoise could
What
be
was the other one? Sorry, not the duck. The
Parrot called Valerie.
Valerie. See, Valerie is a very parrot. It's a very parroty name, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Why don't you come on over?
How old do parrots live to?
Valerie? Old.
Old.
They do
20.
actually live a while.
Is the parrot still alive?
Because we had a parrot called Rosie. Well, my nana actually had a parrot called Rosie, and it never seemed to die.
Yeah. Both parrots live to about 20, I think. Tortoises live to about 40, I
Parrot
think.
lifespan. So cockatoos can live from 40 to 60.
While we're looking at dogs? Oh, no, it's not a dog.
Cockapoo.
Cockapoo.
Cockapoo can live to 60. A macaw can live to 50. So yeah, that's some
what colour is
fun.
this parrot then, Dan? What was saying?
Green.
It doesn't make any difference. You could have said any colour because they come in all colours, don't they?
That's what it looked like.
You know what? I'm leaning towards the tortoise here.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't know why. Something just says she didn't have a parrot. She had a tortoise.
Is that your final answer?
No. Yeah, sure. Fuck it. Who cares?
That answer was the correct answer.
Hey.
It
2
was a
all.
tortoise. Well played.
No way.
2 all.
Nothing
2
to
all.
base that on. Just one of the two on it.
Go on, Dan.
Yeah.
My nana.
Yeah, Victoria, the tortoise. We used to play, I say it wasn't really playing a game, but do you know when you remember like summers seemed hotter when you were a kid? I can remember these long summer's days, and when the sun was out, the tortoise lived in the house. But when the sun was out, Nana would put the tortoise in the garden, right? And when it got hot, the tortoise could move faster. It was weird. So in the house, it was like tortoise
Sluggish
speed,
as
like
hell.
them. But when you got it in the sun, it was like bop bop, like it was like flying through. It was fast, yeah. It was like, and we let it out in the morning, and as the end of the day would come, as the sun set, and we're talking like 9 o'clock at night, there was a game, and my nana called the tortoise Torty. That's what she called it. His real name was Victoria, but she called it Torty. So at 9 o'clock on the night, we'd have to play Find Torty. Nana's garden wasn't one of them gardens where it was like lawn. It was shrubs, bushes. It was like a wild place. So you'd spend hour going over every single nook and cranny or looking under bushes, trying to find Torty. And sometimes you wouldn't find it. You'd have to leave it till the next day.
No way, just leave it out.
Sometimes, yeah. Most of the time you found it, but yeah, find Torty. That was something I remember being a kid. Searching the garden, looking for this tortoise. It always freaked me out a little bit. I liked it. You could stroke it and stuff, but like...
Did it get like when like a dog's like happy to see you when you're about? And that,
No.
It didn't really take much note of you.
No. It got excited when you give it a tomato.
Right.
It loved the tomato.
Loved the tomato,
And it used to like squash its face into it. It'd have tomato all over its face. Like, it loved the tomato. Like, do that.
Yeah.
That face, don't they? Yeah, and like he'd lean, like her head would go out the shell, and like if there was like a loud noise, she'd go fuck off. She'd disappear into the shell. Yeah, Torty, man. R.I.P. Torty. She lived like forever. Like I think she was around when my mum was a kid, and she was there when I was a kid.
Yeah,
I think she lived to about 40. You know what I mean?
You get a good innings out of it.
Yeah. Well played, Johnny. I thought I'd throw you off with that. I thought tortoise would be the least likely. I thought a parrot and a duck are two things you can have, but I thought a tortoise. That's why I thought you wouldn't get that one.
Yeah.
But well played, mate.
Thank you.
Well
Thank
played.
you very much.
So go on then.
Just quickly, that is pretty crazy how long tortoises can live. How long do you think the longest tortoise is?
100 odd years, the giant ones though you're talking about.
How long do you think the longest living ones ever lived?
140.
250 years.
Wow.
Tortoises live, but the average is from 80 to 150
I
years.
was wondering about that because I was thinking, I thought it was turtles that were like, they've got mad lifespans, haven't they?
But it's all about size. The bigger the ones are, the longer they live.
Yeah.
That's mental.
Yeah, have you seen them ones you get like in different countries where they're like as big as this like room? Well, not that big, but
the big as this table, I think.
as big as this table, yeah. And like you could ride them, sort of thing.
I don't think you're supposed to ride them, but yeah.
Yeah, Lonesome George. I think he was the oldest tortoise in ever, but I don't think he was 250. Like Lonesome George, yeah, he's a famous tortoise. He's the tortoise out of. Do you remember One Foot in the Grave, the comedy?
No.
Makes me sound old with Victor Meldrew. No. But Lonesome George was the tortoise at the start of that show. But anyway, only old people will know what I'm saying. Anyway, yeah, so up the tortoises, man.
The tortoises.
I'd have a tortoise.
I think I would as well. I think it's
bang on, man.
Relatively low maintenance, I'd imagine.
Man, you just slide across the carpet.
Just chill as hell. Just,
yeah,
right, tortoise boy.
Give it a tomato once a day. Watch it buzz. Yeah, brilliant, man. That's exactly what Victoria looked like. Them two on the left, the middle one, like up them. Yeah, that's where Victoria was. Just like that. Just one of them. Just used to mooch about. Off it.
Round number 3.
Looks so cross, doesn't he?
They do look old, don't they?
Yeah, man. A bit freaky.
Even
really,
the young ones look old.
Yeah.
I wonder what they look like with no shell. Don't Google it.
Okay.
It'd be a mess.
I feel like you're going to get on some like ivory trade kind of.
Yeah, man.
Tortoises have it stripped.
Anyway, right. So round 3, try and do me like a kipper.
All right. What are we saying?
Come on, I need to be better than this.
Which one am I going with? All right, okay. I once smashed the bumper on a 4x4 driving experience.
Repeat that.
I once smashed the bumper on a 4x4 driving experience.
Okay.
I accidentally killed a bird during an archery lesson. Or I lost a golf club in a lake.
I don't think it's number 2. What was number 2 again?
I killed a bird.
No.
Hell of a shot if you did.
No.
You think what?
Hell of a shot if you did.
So, okay.
Well, it was an accident. It wasn't like I fucking went out and went divvy. My pure Hawkeye. I was fucking aiming at the target and then a bird went past and dead. Fucked.
That didn't happen. So, the first one. What was the first one again?
I once smashed the bumper on a 4x4 driving experience.
Where was the 4x4 driving experience?
Slaley Hall.
Sorry?
Slaley Hall.
Where is that?
It's in somewhere around County Durham.
Slaley Hall.
Slaley Hall, yeah. It's where, as it happened, I used to play golf as well. But they do like all sorts of, like, you can do paintball and you can do archery there as well. And you can do these 4x4 driving experiences where, like, they take you out in like a Land Rover Discovery. You go for a wee drive in like a circuit. They've got like yeah. It was a bit more of an intense course than what you've seen in them pictures, but it was like a lot of bumps and a lot of like steep hills and basically just like letting you kind of push the car to its limits type of thing. And this guy was like, right, you need to go up this hill, and then it's like a blind summit, and then when you get down, you need to turn, like immediately you need to turn that wheel to the left because you're coming down like a slope, and then you've got a bank left. And I didn't turn fast enough. And
So what happened?
it was like a stump and knocked the front bumper off.
Huh.
Yeah.
Tell me about the golf club.
Golf club, I was on a par 3. This was at Slaley Hall as well, and I had a lake, and it was kind of a wet day, and you had like a golf glove on the one hand thing, and when I did the swing, I didn't have a tight enough grip, or my hands were slippy because it was a wet day, and missed the ball completely, let go of the club, span, gone forever, never got it back.
Who were you with that day?
I was with my brother and his best mate, Pikey.
The first one was true.
Which is?
The 4x4.
The 4x4. No.
It was a golf club, wasn't it?
It was a golf club. Yeah, of course it was.
Well played.
Thanks.
Well played. That story of the 4x4 was really believable.
Yeah.
And like you said about the turning and stuff, and I was like, I can imagine that.
Yeah.
Like if it was a really steep hill, I think, yeah, turning it probably be the right thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
And like you Googled it and there was like a 4x4 thing on the telly, which...
Yeah, should I Google? Is that a thing? Should I or is
I
this
thought you
gonna...
did. I thought that's what we were looking
Yeah,
at.
no, but should I? Is that going to take away from your lies?
What, the 4x4 drive? No, it's the thing. It's
Yeah.
the thing. Yeah. I only know about it because my dad's did it.
Yeah.
Well played, Johnny. Right. Okay, so I'm not doing well here. Okay. Do you know what I'm mindful of? I'm mindful that I'm going to, because we've told a lot of stories in here, and I'm mindful of, like, have I mentioned some of these things before?
Yeah, I bumped into that a few times. So I've had to
So, okay,
admit
here's
some
one.
stuff.
Okay. Which one of these is true? I've travelled by helicopter. I've travelled by dog sledge. I've travelled by tandem bike.
All right. Well, interesting. Where did you do the helicopter? Where were you?
Abroad.
Yeah, that narrows it down, mate. I want to be more specific.
Specific?
Yeah.
America.
America. All right, okay. Where did you do the tandem? No, the dog sled.
Finland.
Finland. I think that one's bollocks. I don't think that one's true. And the third one's a tandem bike. Which anyway, you could do that fucking anywhere. It doesn't really matter where you did
You
that.
know, weirdly, I'm not involved in this game, but I could see Dan behind a dog sled over. I could see Dan ever getting behind a tandem.
Well, that's...
You know what I mean? Just seeing Dan on a tandem, I'd pay to see
Well,
it.
you know, we've all lived lives, mate. You know. Don't hate, appreciate.
Yeah, actually, you're kind of right there. But I just don't see Dan being the snowy country guy, to be honest with you. The dog sledding.
Well, that's a good point as well.
Which is making me think, I think it's a helicopter thing.
Okay. Why do you think it's that?
I just think that you would be the kind of baller who would want to go up in a helicopter. I think that's how you roll.
Well, I'll start off by saying
Oh, I'm wrong.
you couldn't pay me enough money to get in a helicopter.
Really?
I wouldn't dream of it. I've seen too many crash stories. Isn't that what happened to that Kobe Bryant, that basketballer?
Yeah.
Yeah, mate.
True, to be fair.
I
Lots
ain't
of
going in a
deaths.
helicopter. And you're dead right, Southpaw. I'd never get on a tandem bike.
The dog sled one?
The dog sled.
No way.
Been to Finland, man.
Wow, I bet that's a great time.
Yeah, it was the whole Lapland trip. You know that thing?
Ah, shit, right, okay.
I think I've told you I've been. So yeah, on that trip, dead strange. It was quite, massively overpriced. It's all to see Santa Claus. But I remember weird. It was only like over 24 hours. So you got to Newcastle Airport at like daft o'clock in the morning. It was like 4 a.m. You get on this plane full of like, but it feels like a different type of flight because you've got all these like giddy kids. It's like weird, like a real warped experience. You get there, it's like, I don't know, late morning, pitch black because it's in the Arctic Circle.
Of course.
They've already warned you to wear warm clothes, like talking like -30s and shit. Like, and I'm like, I can handle the cold. And I remember getting off that plane. I was wrapped up, but only in like English clothes, sort of thing. And as you got off the plane, it's pitch black, snow everywhere, snow thick, and I'm thinking, like, the plane's landed on the runway in thick snow. I don't know how it's pulled it off. And when you walk out that door, you feel a cold that you've never felt before. It's a whole new experience. And like, you imagine the coldest day you've ever felt. Like, sometimes when you leave your house, you're like, "Ooh, that's chilly." When you go out, oh, no, sir. This is a completely different world.
You know, when you go abroad and people say, like, the abroad heat's different.
Yeah.
Like, the abroad cold must be as well. Like,
very different. And
yeah.
they whisk you into this tin shed, but you've got to walk about 20 metres. And I don't mind telling you, from getting off that plane to walking to that tin shed, I nearly stopped. You know, like moving.
Yeah.
And then they put all the protective gear on you and stuff. It stayed dark. And anyway, we went off. We had, went on the dog sled.
So full-blown like huskies then?
Yeah, did the snowmobile, did the reindeer pull thing to go see Santa Claus. Really nice, really sweet, very cold, massively overpriced, but once-in-a-lifetime experience. Happy I did.
I think that's why I ruled it out. You know, I forgot Laughland existed. I was thinking of like Dan doing like the ski holiday and then got like a random dog sled experience. I was thinking like, nah, I don't see it.
You are right. I wouldn't go skiing.
Yeah.
Again, R.I.P. Michael Schumacher. I know he's not dead, but I'm just saying that it's you're just going to blow your knees off, and you're going to,
No, I don't agree. Skiing's amazing.
Yeah,
You've done a bit of that, haven't you?
Yeah, I've been three times skiing. I love it.
No, I'm scared of injury. Maybe I would have when I was younger, but not now. I'm too worried that
Well,
my
no,
knees get
that
blown
is
off.
massive thing though. Like when I was a kid, I could ski faster backwards, and my dad could ski fast forwards.
Never.
Yeah, and then I got to about 14 and went again. I was like, right, okay, this is a bit more scary now.
Yeah, I'm terrified of the whole
Yeah.
concept. Like, I just think my knee will just go.
I just don't think I'm built for it, to be honest.
Oh, it's good.
So there you go, man. What was that, number 3?
That was round number 3 coming to an end, and it's 3-all.
Is it? I thought that was ahead.
I thought I was ahead.
No, 3-all.
Okay.
Oh, shit. It's me.
Okay. So people like us, would I lie to you? Round 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Okay, we're going to go with this one. Oh, shit, hang on. I've used the same lie twice.
If it's any...
That's not good. That's not good. Hang on.
Do it on the fly.
I'm going to have to, apparently. Which one haven't I used yet? All right, fuck it. Okay, so there is... No, because if I hesitate, you're going to know which one I'm lying about. Hang on. Yeah, this wasn't as well thought out as I thought it was. All right, okay, yeah. I won a televised competition. I lost my month's wage on a roulette spin. Or I slept rough one night in a stranger's back garden.
Tell me the first one again.
I won a televised competition.
What was the competition for?
It was an advertising competition when I was at uni, and it was televised.
Where was it televised?
In Newcastle.
What, on Newcastle
I went
telly?
Yeah, so, channel-wise. It was a channel called Made in Tyne and Weir.
Made in Tyne and Weir.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, you don't have to Google it.
So when you say televised,
Yeah.
what part of you was televised?
Like the competition part, so I was up against some people. I was at Northumbria Uni, had people at Newcastle Uni, and we worked with like an advertising agency in Newcastle, and they set us a brief, and whoever did the better job of the advertisement won the competition, which I fucking nailed.
That is a real TV channel as well. I can confirm that.
That's interesting. What's number 2 again?
I lost my month's wage on a roulette spin.
No. What was number 3? See.
I slept rough one night in my neighbour's back garden.
See, 2's out, right?
2 was when I worked at Primark, though. So you got to think this wasn't like a full-on dash wage. This was like 180 quid.
It's out.
It's out.
You're too sensible. 3.
Back then I wasn't.
3, you've told me about your stories of drunkenness at uni. Right now, I want to say the advertising thing. That's what I want to say. Because there's a lot of details you made there that are really difficult to make up. Like that channel, that you knew that channel. That's weird. And what you did at uni, I can see it, and I can see the uni doing things like that, like reaching out. I can see it. Everything you said in that story, I see it as really probable. But the third, about the sleeping rough, you did used to get a bit pissed up at uni and do some daft things. Like
This was before uni. This was in sixth form.
Right. So where was this stranger's garden?
So I was at a house party at my mate's house, and they had a tent out the back, and they were all planning on spending the night there, but I didn't have I wasn't really supposed to be there. My lift kind of bailed on us, so I ended up just, all right, fuck it, I'm going to stay here. And then there was no room in the tent, so I just found a nice cozy spot in a neighbour's back garden, and apparently that's where I woke up.
The first one's real.
You think?
I think so. Has to be.
Yeah, you're right.
It has to be. I don't think you'd. Yeah. I mean, I admit, I can't say I knew for a fact. That was both of them. Them 1 and 3, both of them sounded legit, and it was just heads or tails.
Yeah.
The thing that swayed me to that was the channel. I
Yeah.
thought that channel's a really interesting channel to
Gave it
know.
away a bit there, I guess. I maybe should have hesitated on that a bit more.
Yeah, but good. You need it. Yeah, it was good. It was a good one. That. Yeah. But again, back in your heyday, I can imagine the sleeping in the garden rough thing probably wasn't out of the realms of possibility.
No, I was sick in a neighbour's back garden.
Right.
But I didn't know, but yeah, I didn't sleep there.
What was that? That was the start of 4, was it?
Yeah, and it's 4-3 to you, Daniel.
Okay, so okay.
You get this wrong, Johnny, and the last round becomes very tough for you.
Right, so I have a phobia of sunflowers. I have a phobia of chalk. I have a phobia of cotton wool. Which one is the truth?
The only one that I can understand having a phobia of would be the chalk, because of the sound of chalk on a chalkboard. Sounds fucking horrible.
I'm talking about chalk itself, not the chalk on the chalkboard, just as an individual thing. Yeah.
You see
I think everybody doesn't like the screech on a chalkboard. So
Yeah.
forget that. That's not in the picture. It's
That's
the
not
white
why you
chalk
have a
itself.
phobia of it.
No, the white chalk itself, the sunflower, or the cotton wool.
Well, explain your sunflower phobia.
There's something about the middle of a sunflower, right? It looks like wasps. I think I remember when I was a kid seeing something where there was loads of wasps in the middle. Isn't there an actual phobia about the fear of lots of dots, lots of holes?
Yeah, don't Google it. I've seen
don't.
photos of it. I actually think I have this phobia to a certain extent. It's horrible.
Yeah. And I think, when I think of sunflowers, I think of wasps.
Yeah.
It makes me itchy. And I don't want to look, but it's the whole thing. Yeah, I don't like the whole thing in the middle
You've
of
got
it.
a phobia of it too. You bring up loads of big photos of it.
Yeah. So, yeah, sunflowers. They're fucked up, man. What a disgraceful plant that is.
I love them.
And they're
You
too
know
big.
It's Misha's favourite flower, a sunflower. She loves them.
I love them personally. They're
No
great.
plant should be that tall. It's not right.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like it's from this world.
My uncle and dad used to have sunflower competitions.
Right.
So who could grow the
tallest?
biggest? My uncle.
Well, I wouldn't have been coming round. Put it that way.
All right. And what was the third one? You did sunflowers, chalk, and
Cotton wool.
cotton wool. Explain.
The feel. It's not the sight. It's touching the cotton wool. It goes like I can't deal with it. It's just like I get it on carpet as well.
It's lovely.
No, mate.
Oh, like the feel of some carpets knock you out.
Carpets and cotton wool, all that. I just can't have my nails touching. Like no.
All right.
It's not for me.
Weird. So if it's not the chalk on the chalkboard, what, like that screechy sound that knocks you? What about chalk knocks you?
It's the fact, right? This sounds weird, right? So don't hate on me. It's the fact
There's
that
no
it's
judgment here. It's fine.
It's the fact that it's a powder and it's stuck together. And you know, as you draw with chalk, it gets smaller.
Yeah.
It makes me anxious. So I get it with pencils as well. You know, things that blunt. I don't know what it is. It just sets something off in my head that makes me feel anxious. And it makes me feel like...
you're going to run out of chalk and...
I don't know.
catch your
I can't
finger.
describe it, but I get sweaty palms and I feel anxious and itchy when I use chalk, chalk or pencils, but we're using chalk for the... So just to amend
this is
that...
a good one. I'm
Yeah,
actually
they're
stumped
all
here.
very
This is
convincing
actually
stories.
a really good one.
Amend it, it's chalk and pencils, but we're using chalk.
Okay.
That's what we're going with.
Holy shit.
Yeah, you'd be stuck with this one.
Yeah, this is actually quite difficult.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go chalk. I think it's the chalk one.
Why would you go for chalk?
The sunflowers, I just don't see it, mate. Man like you, don't buy a fucking flower.
Man like me.
Man like you, don't bother. You work out at the gym all day, mate. You're not bothered by a fucking flower. That doesn't
Okay.
stop Daniel Brown. And the cotton wool one, I just don't see it, man. I can't see you getting irked by that sort of thing because, you know, you like to get all like, you have a lot of stuff done and a lot of that would involve cotton wool, I'd imagine.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. Well, that wasn't the right answer. Little disclaimer. Chalk is completely made up. That was nonsense.
Well, don't make us feel stupid.
No. There is some truth to the sunflower. I don't like them, but I can live with them. But I'm not keen on a sunflower. Something about it is a bit iffy. But cotton wool, oh, hell no.
Really?
I hate cotton wool. I can't touch it. I can't think about it. Like, it makes my teeth, like, go funny. The thought of somebody, like, pulling cotton wool apart, like, no. I can hear it. Makes my ears ring. Like, I hate it. I hate cotton wool. I don't use it. Nothing. When I go to the
something
Turkish
happen to you?
barbers, they do get cotton wool. I can remember, my earliest memory is when I was a kid, my mum used to have cotton wool, and I can remember touching it and like even now I'm thinking about it, it makes the teeth go funny. And fucking, when I go to the barbers, I have to like zone out because he does use a cotton wool thing and like rub it on my face, but I have to like, because I'm not touching it, it's all right. I can deal with cotton wool as long as I don't touch it. You can rub it on me, but I can't touch it with my fingers.
Never.
Yeah, man, cotton wool. Phobia of it. I don't know if that's called a phobia. I think it's just which one do I dislike the most, you know? I just really dislike it. Like, it makes me really... They were good lies, right?
Yeah, that stumped us a bit.
That was good. That was a tough one, Johnny. But that makes it, going into round number 5, the final round, that makes it 5-3 to Daniel. So
yeah, man,
you get one right here, Daniel, or you get one wrong, Johnny, and that's game.
All right.
Okay.
So it's me, yeah? It's me?
It's you, yeah.
Okay. I once accidentally attended a funeral for someone I didn't know.
Okay.
I once nearly got ordained into a new church by being socially awkward. Or I once got mistaken for being French, but I went along with it because I was too socially awkward.
Truth is, I can see any of them being true, to be fair. Tell me the first one again.
So I once accidentally attended a funeral for someone I didn't know.
Was that the first one?
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me about that. How did that come to pass?
So it was me and my dad, and we used to involve ourselves quite heavily with like the parish church that we were involved with. So we would do like leaf clearing and stuff like that when like the autumn came and all the trees just shed. So we were like involved as part of the group that like got rid of and cleared all of the leaves. And then as it happened on one of the days when we were there clearing the leaves, a funeral kind of gathered, and as it happened, we were like at the back of this procession of people walking as they were carrying a coffin in. So we ended up in the church, stood at the back, just like...
Why did you go in the church?
Because we were kind of like ushered in with everybody else.
With all your leaves?
Well, no, because the bags were separate and stuff. We weren't dressed for it either. Like everyone wearing like suits and stuff like that. But like, I think it was like there were quite a few people who weren't wearing suits, so we didn't like feel too out of place.
Okay.
But we ended up at the back, gardening gloves in our pockets at this point.
Okay, I think that's a lie. What was the second one?
Second one, where am I?
Ordained.
Yeah, what does ordained mean?
So the lie was I nearly got ordained into a church by being too socially awkward. So this was my first year at uni. A lot of these come from uni. And I got a knock at the door, and it was some of them like, my student halls was like opposite a church, and they had these people who were going around knocking on doors saying like, oh, can we come in and talk to you about God? And there was this group of Asian people. Don't know why I mentioned that they were Asian, but here we are.
Because to me, what are the Chinese like?
Yeah. But it was like some form of Christian church, but they like they asked to come in, and me at the time was just like, oh yeah, come on in. I've just boiled the kettle, sat them all down in the little like communal area in my student halls, and they're telling me about like apparently the normal Catholicism has been reading the Bible wrong, and apparently there are 4 gods. So you get like the Holy Spirit, you get. What's the other one?
The Holy Ghost.
The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. And then they're saying, no, Mary's the fourth God. And like we've like given us a whole spiel about how this church is, how like they need to bring the priest in to come and baptize us. And I was like, well, yeah, I've got time.
So are these Catholics, these Asians?
I don't really know. I don't really know how they divvy up the religion. I think it's like a form of like Christianity or Catholicism, but they've got their own kind of segue. Right. I guess a bit like the Mormon Church is its own kind of departing from it. You know what I mean?
And what was the third again?
Third one was I once got mistaken for being French, and I went along with it because I was too socially awkward to correct them.
Tell me about that.
So I was at the school that I go to was a language school as well. So as part of like going there, they had like a separate block that you go to, and every kid that went there learned French and Spanish. And they'd have a bit where they had like French exchange students come. And when the French exchange students come, I don't think they did a Spanish one. It's only ever the French kids. You would end up doing like activities with them and going off and doing like day trips or whatever. And one of them we went to Beamish Museum. We ended up in this cafe, and there was like people bringing things around, and I was sat with some French people, and this woman started talking to us and thought that I was one of the French exchange students, and I just kind of like went, oui, and just, like, I only knew like a few words, and I was like, yeah, oui, and just went along with it. Partly out of because I was too socially awkward to correct them, because I was really scared that I was sat in the wrong place, but also because I wanted to see if I could just wing it and get away with it.
They're really good, them, Johnny. All of them 3, I can imagine. I've never heard of Chinese religious people. I've never heard of it. But I'm not going to lie. That's the one I'm most drawn to for some reason. And I don't know why. But Asian Christians, I ain't seen that, fam.
No.
I ain't never seen an Asian in the church. Oh, no, I have. There's a little girl at my place. But she's only there because her dad's there. Her dad looks like you, actually, funny. It's dead weird. There's this guy in my church, just side story. I always think it looks like you in 20 years' time. No. He's like a 50-odd-year-old Johnny.
Sexy as hell.
Yeah. But he just looks exactly like you. Dresses like you, walks like you, talks like you.
Try and get a picture. I want to know where I'm heading.
Really weird. Yeah, but he has this... It must be like an adopted girl or something, because the girl's like full-fledged, like Japanese, Chinese or something. She's really sweet. But yeah, anyway, side story. Now, that's tricky, that. I'm not going to lie. The first one, I don't like the smell of it because I can't see that you get dragged in to the church itself. I can't see it. You would stop before you go in there. Surely you'd stop. Like, it's rather than getting dragged in. But then I don't know no Chinese or Japanese or Asian Christians. So that leaves the last one. And I don't know. This is a tricky one, this, mate. This is really good. I think this is purely a guess. This is literally going to have to be purely a guess. I wish there was a 3-headed coin. 1, 2, or 3. 1, 2, or 3. So, yeah, my guess here is going to be purely out of... Because I believe them all, mate. Like, that was fantastic. I believe them all. I'm going to go... Right, I'm going to go with the first one. I'll tell you why.
First one being?
The one that I thought was unrealistic of you going in the church and a funeral. I'll tell you for why. Because I've never seen an Asian Christian. And I don't think you would pretend to be French. And if you did, if it is the third that's right, you absolute legend. If it is the third, you legend.
No.
No.
You're wrong, though.
Okay.
It was I nearly got ordained into a new church.
Oh, no. Asian Christians looking at your door.
Oh, like, I did an advertising and media course, and like I'd literally just been in like this lecture where they're saying like, you know, creatives need to like throw themselves into like new experiences and like have
Yeah.
like new things. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna start like saying yes to more things and just seeing what life experiences come.
Oh
so
my
like these
God.
people knock on the door and they're just like, we're from this church. We just wanted to borrow some minutes of your time just to talk about the religion. And I was just like, this is something I can learn about. Great. And then before I know it, they're on about like, right, so we're gonna call the bishop now and he's gonna come and baptize you. And I was just like, what? Hang on a tick.
What, so the bishop was on his way to ordain you?
Yeah. I'm going to get ordained into this.
Well, Stanley, this is another fine mess we got ourselves into.
At this point, I was kind of like, so I've had a thought, guys. I'm really sorry. But I think I've changed my mind. I think I'm just going to, I'm just not sure I'm with it, guys. I'm sorry.
What, you said that to them?
Yeah, I wasn't going to get ordained by a bishop.
So that,
Couldn't be asked.
What did they do, like?
They would say, okay. All right. And they left us some flyers and stuff. And
You give us call if you change mind?
yeah.
Is that what they said?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
No. They were Asian, but they didn't. They actually spoke quite good on the English one.
The worst bit of that story is, I thought the beginning bit was the worst, of you like letting them in and sitting them down. The worst bit is when you've changed your mind. Like I could feel the awkwardness in the room. Like, imagine them like looking at each other. Like
it was one of the penny drop with me, and I realised
I'm being blagged.
They're bringing somebody over. This is going to happen. And that's when I was like, right, exit strategies. What's my plan?
Oh, Jonny, that's absolutely brutal.
It was.
That's brutal, mate.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I think that's the best story I've heard so far. Jesus Christ, imagine that.
Yeah.
Yeah, mate, that was class. They were good lies too.
Thank
You really
you.
got me. So listen, we're on even, and no, we're even now.
No, it's 5-4 to you. It all comes down to this final.
So this is it. You either level up or you lose. Yeah?
Here we go.
Okay. God, I've used my best ones, like, I'm not going to lie.
I thought I had, but that came out quite a bit better than I thought it was going to.
That was good, that, Jonny.
Right, okay. Some of these, I think I've told you the stories. I can't use that one. I know I've told you the story. See, I've got one here, right? I've got one that's like the coolest. It's more of a better one to do, but I just have a feeling that I've told this story before. I might have told it on here. I have told it on here, so I can't use it. Right.
Do you want to read it out just so I can confirm?
Well, once I read it out, then you'll know.
Well, yeah, but you're not going to use it anyway, are you?
I might, yeah.
All right. Okay.
The other one's like a boring one. It's like about favourite foods. But that's quite a boring ending, isn't it? It's hard to guess that as well.
I guess so.
Like shit questions, you couldn't ask anything me about it. I'm trying to do, trying to make one for the viewers here. Do you know what I mean?
Of course.
So I won't use a favourite food. My favourite food is apple pie, just for the future. You know what I mean?
I know
And
my way to
custard.
bribe it down.
I was going to do your apple pie, KFC and pizza and see which one you could get. It's apple pie, just so you know.
Yeah. Mine, I think I know that you have a sweet tooth, so I probably would have been
I do.
all right there.
So it's this one. Have I told you the story? Okay, I'm just going to fucking chance it, right? Okay. Here we go. Once, I slept with 4 different people on different occasions in the same day.
Nice.
So it's not all at once,
Uh-huh.
not threesomes, twosomes. It was 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
I lost my virginity to a 51-year-old woman.
Ooh.
Fuck's that gone? There it is. When I was 9, I broke 4 ribs by a dog running into me.
Fuck.
Yeah. So, let me highlight that one because I'm going to lose where I was. Right. Okay, so we've got slept with 4 people in one day, lost my virginity to a 51-year-old woman, or 4 ribs broke by a dog.
Talk the 4 occasions.
Sorry?
4 separate occasions? Is that
4 separate occasions was I was young. I don't know the exact age. We're talking 20, 21, them ages maybe. You know, different time in life. I'm embarrassed about it now. But long story short, I had some different people that I had relations with. Let's just say like young men do.
Yeah.
You know, links, some would say. You know, what do the cool kids call it, Southpaw?
Call
Links?
it a roster, I believe.
A roster, yeah.
roster.
Well, I had a roster.
Love that.
Nothing serious. None of them were girlfriends. We were just different people. And I orchestrated it. It didn't just happen. I planned it. I planned it out because I wanted to be able to fly that flag.
Nice.
So I set up these things. It started off by one sleeping in my house the night before. The rest of the story is pretty self-explanatory. I just booked in different things, and by the end, by 10 o'clock at night, it was technically within 12 hours, not 24 hours. Technically, it was within 12 hours. But
You'd have been a tired boy.
I'd been to see 4 different people and done 4 different things. Paid for none of them.
Legend.
Paid for none of them. All legit. That's my claim.
It's a good claim.
Good claim.
Yeah.
What's the next question?
Number 2, what was that again?
The 51-year-old woman virginity takerer.
Ah, of course. What was her name? Are you allowed to say?
I probably best not.
Okay. Are you allowed to say how you know her? How did you
Yes,
meet this woman?
she was a friend of the family, let's say.
Okay.
Let's say that.
Oh my god, okay. See, I feel like I can't ask you questions about this one because I feel like
Okay. I won't say the name, right?
Yeah,
Because we still know this person. But
Yeah.
she worked with my mum.
right.
That's how we knew her.
And how did the opportunity of sex come around? Was it just, did you just turn it on? You just like, I fancy this.
No.
You played some Barry White and she was just ready for it.
I lost my virginity quite old. I wasn't one of these 14, 15. Another claim would be that I lost my virginity at 21, which is quite unusual. But I lost my virginity at 21. And I was out in town and I bumped into her. And obviously, I'd known her my entire life.
Yeah.
Oh, not entire life, but most of my life. And one thing led to another. She had a daughter that was my age. We all ended up going back to her house. It's got a very long story short. I ended up on the settee with her, and one thing led to another, and before I know it, I was a legend. You know, legendary status.
Just
You
buzzing
know?
your tits off because you
I mean, I
just...
can go into more detail, but it's a bit crude after this.
I don't feel like I need much more detail than
No,
that.
but that is a roundabout way as it happened.
Yeah, no, I'm not believing that one, to be honest with you. I think what's number 3?
4 of my ribs were broken.
Oh, the dog ran at
A
you.
dog ran at me,
All right, okay.
knocked me over.
At 9, though, that's quite... It could happen, couldn't it?
Yeah,
really?
yeah. I had a horrible experience where a dog pushed us into like a bush of nettles, and then I was like I was wearing like shorts and a t-shirt, and like, nettle stings all the way down my side. It didn't break any ribs, like.
Were you with me at this moment?
No. I wasn't in my 20s. I was like
A kid.
I was like 11.
Well, adult. No, man.
It wasn't last week.
Last week, this little poodle came at me.
The chihuahua pushed us over. I wasn't ready. I was off balance.
By your little dog. Wouldn't be good luck, would it?
Nah.
Nah, man. So you've got rid of that middle one.
I
So
think
you're
so.
going with the 4
I
ribs or the 4 people.
I reckon I'm going with the dog pushed you over and broke your ribs.
How would you think that would happen?
I just think if you... How old were you when this happened?
9.
You were 9. Yeah, exactly. Little Dan. Say it was just like a bull mastiff or something like that.
Saluki.
A salute. What's a salute? Google a saluki. I don't know my dog breeds.
My mum has Salukis.
Salugis.
We have one now called Gary.
Are they like big dogs?
Mm-hmm.
Big dogs.
They run at about 60, 70 miles an hour.
Oh, okay.
Scary. Ours technically wasn't full
They're like
Saluki.
a really weird shape, aren't they? They're like,
Yeah,
they're cool,
that's a
yeah.
full-fledged Saluki. Ours was half Saluki, half what they're called, greyhound. So it didn't have the long hair. It had the body shape though. So it was crossed with a greyhound. None of them look like Gary. But anyway, it was that shape.
Yeah.
That's what, that looked like that. Yeah, that was it. That was it. Not far off. It looked, yeah. So it had the smooth hair of the greyhound, but the size of the Saluki.
Yeah, you know what? I'm in a 50-50 place where I think it's either the 4 in one day because
It's me,
my
innit?
boy, innit?
It's me, innit?
But I don't know. I feel like this one just seems more. I don't know. I could just see it happening. It's just something that would happen. It's probably happened before. If it's not true from you, someone's probably got this story. You
I'm
know what
sure
I mean?
it's happened before.
So I'm gonna go with the dog ran at you and broke your ribs.
That's the one, is it?
Yeah.
I think Gary broke my ribs.
Is that what the dog's called, Gary?
That's what the current dog's called.
Ah.
Gary. Oh, a dog didn't break my ribs. No, that never happened. However, they are dangerous. If a Saluki runs at you, it could probably kill you if it didn't stop. They run at about 60 miles an hour.
Yeah.
So it'd probably kill itself and you.
All right.
Be like getting hit by a car.
Yeah, but like maybe they like put the brakes on a little bit and then caught you and then.
Dogs are stupid, man. No, I didn't get my ribs broke by a dog. So, that point's lost. But just for the viewers, the international viewers, you can speak French if you want. I either lost my virginity to a 51-year-old woman or I slept with 4 people in one day. And you said the 51-year-old woman is nonsense. And so you were torn between 1 and 3. Is that right?
Yeah, it was number 2, wasn't it?
No. It was the 4 people.
Legend.
Legend.
I should have backed my boy. I'm sorry.
Yeah. A different time in life,
Yeah.
Never do something like that now. Very unhygienic. But that happened. I orchestrated it, made it happen.
Man.
It dawned on me, it just dawned on me. It was that point in life. I've never been so successful since. I had a brief spell where I was very successful, right?
Yeah.
Things were just going in my favor. And I had 4, no girlfriends, just 4 people that in the last month I'd had something with. And it just dawned on me. It just dawned on me that like, if there's ever going to be an opportunity, I basically, I was texting 4 people basically. I thought, there's ever a time.
I can have the best day of my life here.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not going to lie. By the 3rd, I'd had enough, but it was just, Wilson. Do you know what I mean?
It needed to be done.
Yeah, it needed to be done. I had something to do, and I did it.
It's like a bar crawl. You've just got to see.
I'll tell you what, whoever was 4th, they didn't get anything. Like,
No.
it was like, what the fuck?
So
You were there in body, but not in spirit.
Basically, yeah.
That concludes Would I Lie to You with Daniel winning 6-4. Well done, Daniel.
Thank you, sir.
Nicely done.
Thank you. What's this?
Oh, well, good that.
That was good. Well played, boys. It was quite tight. I didn't think it'd be that tight, to be fair. They always seem to be quite tight, we used to.
Yeah, it was. I'll tell you what we're going to do. Did you say we got a quiz?
We do indeed. We have a quiz all lined up.
Right. Well, I'll tell you what, we'll have a quick break, right? Sure. And then we'll come back, we'll do this quiz, and then we'll wish everybody a good day.
Sounds good to me.
All right?
Yeah.
We'll be right back. So, I shouldn't have started eating on a podcast. So, welcome back, people like us. Games night, quiz night. Now we've got a quiz, right, Southpaw?
A quiz.
Tell us about the quiz.
The quiz has 5 categories. The first category is general knowledge, second being movies, third being drugs, and fourth being sport. There is a bonus round based around people like us. So people at home get numbers 1 to 22 written down and follow along and let us know in the comments how you do in this quiz. So going into question number 1, general knowledge. It does start fairly simple, but it does get difficult. I don't know whether, because I know the answers, it looks easy. But question number 1. What is the capital city of Australia?
Oh.
Yeah.
I hope that's right.
Okay. Question number 2. What is the smallest country in the world by land area? Question number 2. What is the smallest country in the world by land area?
All right, so it started off simple with number 1, and then number 2, you just fucked his bit.
Yeah, I'm just going to continue to fuck his.
I know the answer.
Really? You know the answer?
Yeah.
How confident are you?
100%.
Oh, wow. What is the chemical symbol for gold? What is the chemical symbol for gold? Question number 3. Got it?
I had to guess.
Okay.
Like on the periodic table, you mean?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
What is the chemical symbol for gold? Question number 3. Question number 4. Which planet in our solar system has the most moons?
I love planets.
Which planet in our solar system has the most moons? Now, just for a bit of context, Daniel did a quiz every day for about a year. I think it was maybe a little bit longer than a year, our company Dash Media.
Yeah. I took part in all of them quizzes and did really badly at them all.
I didn't win one. I didn't even get to one final.
You won one.
But
I won a couple.
I think that does stand you in good stead for this one. But question number 5. In which year did the Titanic sink?
Oh, fucking hell.
In which year did the Titanic sink? I will take closest to.
You don't need to. I know it exact.
Okay.
Of course you do.
Right, going into the movies round. Johnny, this should be you written all over this. Fairly simple one. Who played the lead role in the movie Forrest Gump?
Oh.
Who played the
Don't
lead
need to be
role
a
in the
movie
movie
buff for
Forrest Gump? That's question number 6. Question number 7. What is the name of the fictional African country in the movie Black Panther? What is the name of the fictional African country in
Not
the
even gonna
movie
guess.
Black Panther?
I'm going to have a guess.
Okay. I was going to give...
At least I know I've got two
I was going to
answers,
give
you
a
know?
hint. I was going to give a hint, but it'll just give it away. Okay, so who directed the movie Pulp Fiction? Who directed the movie Pulp Fiction? That's question number 8.
Not getting marked down for spelling.
No.
Question number 9. What is the highest grossing film of all time as of 2022?
Oh, that changes things.
What is the highest grossing film of all time as of 2022? And if you don't get this one, you're very, very bad. Which actor portrayed the character Harry Potter in the film series?
Oh, what's that kid's name? Fuck. Oh, yeah.
Which actor portrayed the character in the Harry Potter series in the Harry Potter film series? So that's question number 10, and that's the movie round over. Going into the drug round. What is the active...
My round, yeah?
Yeah.
Daniel's round.
Right, apparently.
What is the active ingredient in marijuana?
What do you mean? I don't know.
What is the active ingredient
I'm just going to go.
in marijuana?
I don't know what that means, but I'm going to write something down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, no.
What question number 12 of the drugs round? What class of drugs do substances like heroin and morphine belong to? What class of drugs do substances like heroin and morphine belong to? That's question number 12. Got it? Mm-hmm. Okay, question number 13. What is the primary psychoactive component in magic mushrooms? What is the primary psychoactive component in magic mushrooms?
Spelling's not going to work, but you'll know what it means.
Okay, I trust you.
Not a clue. Fucking clue.
Which plant, question number 14, which plant-derived drug is used in medicines as powerful as painkillers and anesthetic? Which plant-derived drug is used in medicine as powerful painkiller and anesthetic? Question number 14, that was. Question number 15. Which ancient civilization believed which ancient civilization is believed to have used the hallucinogen brew known as ayahuasca? Which ancient civilization is believed to have used the hallucinogenic brew known as ayahuasca? Okay, that is the drugs round over. Going into the sports round. Question number 16. In what year did the first modern Olympics Games take place? In what year did the first modern Olympic Games take place?
Closest gets it, yeah?
I will take closest to.
Right. I'll probably get that.
Not a clue.
Yeah, I'm guessing, but I think I've got it right.
So yeah, that's
probably-
question number 16.
Yeah.
I'm
Question-
probably way off of that.
Question number 17. Which country has won the most Olympic gold medals in the history of Summer Olympics? Question number 17. Which country has won the most Olympic gold medals in the history of Summer Olympics?
Okay.
Question number 18. How many players are there on a standard ice hockey team during gameplay?
Players per side or on the whole pitch?
Players per side. How many players are there on a standard ice hockey team during gameplay? Okay, question number 19. What is the maximum number of golf clubs a golfer is allowed to carry in their bag during a golf round? What is the maximum number of clubs a golfer is allowed to carry in their bag during a round of golf? And question number 20, final sports round question. In what country was the martial art of judo developed? In what country was the martial art of judo developed?
Fucked if I know. Yeah, I did so badly here.
Really?
Oh yeah, this is. I'm getting rinsed in the comments section.
Okay. So, so this is the bonus round, and this is the people like us bonus round.
How many questions is there?
There's only 2. Mm-hmm. As of this second, how many subscribers do we have? Right, as of this second, how many subscribers do we have? That's 21. Question number 22. Who was our second ever guest? Now that's ruling out Jonny, it's ruling out Ben, and it's ruling out Chris because they're our regulars.
Oh.
Who was our second ever guest? Now, Dan, you do the podcast. Jonny, you edit them. You both have keen knowledge in this area.
Okay. I've had a guess.
Who was our second ever guest? Right. Happy?
Yeah.
Happy with all your answers?
Well, as happy as we can be.
Okay.
I think I've won. I'm not going to lie. I think I've won.
Okay.
I've been watching Jonny and there's been some confusion.
Create a little tally as you go along of how many you've got correct.
How are we going to beat corruption? Because I could have the wrong answers and just say yes.
Yeah, just switch.
Oh God.
Well, I can do the tally if you'd like.
Okay.
So you just tell me yes or no if you've got it right.
That's some smart answers right there.
Okay, so I mean, I would imagine you've all got this at home as well. The capital city of Australia is obviously Canberra.
No, didn't know that.
You didn't know that, Jonny? No. So Dan, you got that?
I got that.
Okay, so that's one. Let me know if you've got it. What is the smallest country in the world by land area? So, Jonny, what did you put?
Go on, mate. Northern Ireland.
Sorry.
Oh, God. I just panicked. I was like, it's fucking small, isn't it? It'll do.
Small, like, you know.
There you go.
Oh, God. I mean, I can name 5.
Dan's got the right answer with Vatican City, I would imagine.
Vatican City is correct. So that's 2 so far to Daniel, 0 to Jonny. The chemical symbol for gold is, of course, AU.
Oh, I knew there was a fucking U in it.
Nobody got that?
I got U.
Jonny, you didn't get that?
No, I did not get that.
He went with G.
I just want to
Okay. Which planet in our solar system has the most moons? It was indeed Jupiter. Yeah, you got that, Jonny?
I'm on the board.
So Jonny got that and you got it as well, Dan?
Dan got it as well,
Yeah, man.
Okay, so it's 3-1 so far to Daniel. In which year did the Titanic sink?
No, I'm way off, aren't I?
Jonny,
I'm just thinking about, now that I'm thinking about the film, I'm thinking about what period where they were wearing, and I know that I'm way too...
Do you want to tell the viewers your answer?
Nah,
Hold on, everybody. I'm sorry, John, but this deserves outing. The question was, what year did the Titanic sink? Right?
I wasn't there, mate.
No, neither was I.
What did I put? I can't remember.
You put 1975.
Oh, that's way too recent.
It's too recent, that, yeah.
I'm not putting 1912.
Daniel is correct with that answer. It was 1912.
That was beautiful, Jonny.
Going forward, if you both tell me what each other got. So who played the lead role in Forrest Gump? He's both answered Tom Hanks, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I mean, my answer 7's a bit out there, isn't it?
Okay. Answer number 7. What is the fictional name of the African country in the movie Black Panther?
I would imagine it's Pantherland.
It is not Pantherland.
Sorry, mate.
Johnny, you put Wakanda, right?
I put Wakanda.
Yeah, she put
So
Wakanda.
Wakanda forever. I thought you'd have got that. I nearly said forever, but I thought you'd have got that, Dan. So who directed the movie Pulp Fiction? It was indeed Quentin Tarantino. You get that, Dan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dan and Johnny both got that. Okay. What is the highest grossing film as of 2022? Johnny?
And Johnny's
Dan put Avatar.
Incorrect.
and Johnny put Avengers
Endgame.
Endgame.
Correct.
Strong in the movie category.
Yes. And Daniel Radcliffe played Harry Potter, of course.
That's 5 from 5 in that section, JWA, for you. Okay.
Nice.
Okay. You've both got Daniel
You're still
Radcliffe.
ahead.
Okay.
Yeah. Dan's one ahead at this present moment. Going into the drug round. So what is the active ingredient in marijuana? It is THC.
Yes.
Johnny, did you get that?
I did not.
Okay. It is opioids. What class of drugs do substances like heroin and morphine belong to? It is opioids.
Oh.
Right.
You both didn't get that.
I don't know.
What the
I don't
class
think. I think that would probably the right question would be what group are they in? Because a class would be class A.
Right.
You know what I mean?
What
Yeah.
class of drugs do
Yeah,
substances?
we were right. You were wrong.
Yeah. No, fair enough. That was phrased badly.
Well, we both put the same thing anyway, so it makes
Yeah.
sense.
So we'll both have a point for that.
Okay, I'll give you both.
I'm desperate for those.
I'll give
Yeah.
you both a point.
What's, I
so-
can't remember the question, but this is an interesting answer.
What is the primary psychoactive component in magic mushrooms? It is psilocybin.
Well done.
Johnny put marshmallow.
So Dan got psilocybin, right?
Yeah, I got psilocybin.
Hey.
Spelt terribly, but yeah.
Yeah.
It's close.
Which plant-derived drug is used in medicines as powerful painkiller and anaesthetic?
Fuck this straight off.
It is morphine.
Sorry?
Oh.
It's morphine.
What does that say? Coca paint.
Huh?
Cocodamol.
You put
No, the coca plant.
coca plant.
No.
No.
It's morphine. Which ancient civilization believed to have used a hallucinogenic brew known as ayahuasca? It is indeed the indigenous peoples of the Amazon rainforest.
Sound.
Right. I thought they were called Aztecs. No?
I can double check.
What was the question?
So they're not called Aztecs. The question was, which ancient civilization is believed to have used the hallucinogenic brew known as ayahuasca? So indigenous groups such as Yanomamo and Kayapo, that would have been correct if you'd have said either of those, but you were incorrect.
Well, I got it wrong. Fair
Yes.
enough.
So going into the sports round, Johnny, you're on 7, Dan, you're on 10. In what year did the first modern Olympic Games take place?
This is another one.
It was 1896.
Oh, okay. Well, Dan's closer, but he put 1930. I'm a century out.
Yeah, in 1977 we've got here.
Okay.
So they're very recent, the Olympic Games.
Right,
Yeah.
so that point goes to Daniel. In what country, which country has won the most Olympic gold medals in the history of Summer Olympics? This is question 15,
got
and it was
USA.
the United States.
Has to be.
So, yeah. Did you get that, Johnny?
No, I put
Okay.
China. China.
How many players are there on a standard ice hockey team during gameplay? Question number 18.
We've got 5 from Dan.
I've got 11 from Johnny.
5 sounds right.
So 6 was the right answer.
I'm
So
guessing Dan gets that.
I'll give that to Daniel. Yes.
Yeah, you wiped the floor with his
Look, I got the wrong answer. That
You've
should be
still
a no.
got
That's the wrong answer.
I don't know whether you got a chance. Oh, you don't want that one?
No.
Mate, it doesn't matter at this point.
That should be an X.
No, it's all to play for at this point. Still, it's 12-7, and there's 5 answers left. So, how many clubs is a golfer allowed to carry on a round? It was 14 clubs. How many did you put?
Dan had 11.
I've got 12 for Johnny.
Oh, I'm going to give that one to Johnny.
Yeah.
Okay, where was the martial art judo developed? It was indeed Japan.
We both got that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And this is the bonus round. So for Johnny's sake, we'll do these, allow 2 points.
Yeah.
So how many subscribers do we have of this present second? We have 93.
Ooh, Dan put 80. Yeah, I put like 60.
64.
64.
Both
so we
wrong.
have 93. Both wrong. Who was our second ever guest?
Oh, no.
I put Dan's sister, Amy.
Okay. Daniel?
That's the right answer.
You put Andy Omerod.
Yeah, I put Andy
It
Omerod.
was indeed Carl Coates.
Oh, of course it was. Who was the first?
The first, hang
Was it
on.
not a joint episode that you did with Amy and Carl? Oh no, Carl was your uncle, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Adam and my sister was on before Carl.
Oh, were they the first though?
No, so our first guest was Adam
Yeah.
Pearson. Second guest was Carl.
Huh.
After that it was Christy, and then it was Amy and Rob.
Fair dues. Fair
So
dues.
that concludes the People Like Us quiz. Please comment below how you got on. But Dan got 13 correct. Johnny, you got 9.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I'll take 9. You know what?
9's not bad.
When panic sets in, I put some fucking stupid shit. So.
Listen, I'd be proud of 9 as well. When you're getting, 1977 and stuff for
I thought the Titanic happened in 1975. The fact that I got anything else
Exactly.
right, is
that's a
fine.
win. Mate. That's a win. Well, listen, I've had a lovely time today.
Yeah, it's
I've
been
really
nice.
enjoyed
It's
it.
been fun.
We've talked about regrets. We've talked about, knife crime.
New regrets.
We played a game. Listen, this is what we bring here at People Like Us.
Yeah, I can't believe you wanked up in air host.
Yeah, air host.
Oh, man.
Poor Gareth. Yeah, big up Gareth. Yeah, listen.
Did you make the noise?
No.
No, thank
No.
I think that's worse.
Yeah, no.
I think the noise would have been better.
Yeah, I think if I did the noise, it would have made it more like jokey.
Comedic.
No, I was
Yeah.
quite serious, which made it like psycho. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah. God. It never will have not happened. It will always have happened. Anyway, listen. Sorry if that offended anybody. But anyway, look, this has been People Like Us. We don't know what episode because we don't know when we're putting it out. We want to say thank you again to our sponsor, Dash Media. Get in touch with them for all of your website needs and that. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, comment, and keep in touch. Anything else, boys?
That's it. Thank
That's
you very
it.
much.
Yeah,
It's
thank
been
you
good.
for watching.
Thank
See
you for
next time.
watching. We'll see you next time.